UFC Atlantic City. This is the weigh-in recap show, full card predictions, and the betting breakdown. Looking forward to talking about each of the matchups on this card after seeing the fighters on the scales. So make sure you guys smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Turn the post notifications on and make sure to share the video as well. And also note, 7 p.m. Eastern time Saturday, full card fight companion. You don't want to miss it. I'm excited to be live for this whole card. So make sure you guys tune into that as well. And let's get into our first fight on the card. We got Angel Pacheco versus Loughran. I've been picking Loughran to get the win throughout. I do think he's going to back Pacheco up, have a bit of a physicality and wrestling advantage that will probably come into his favor here. I see Loughran as just a better fighter. Even though Pacheco's got a ton of dog in him, and we saw that on his Contender Series fight. He dug deep against Danny Silva, and he was part of one of the greatest fights in Contender Series history. He clearly was outmatched in that fight. Loughran's still a pretty decent prospect. I mean, he debuted against Taylor Lapilus. He ends up losing a decision there, but Lapilus is a really difficult UFC debut. I think Loughran can win this fight. He's been my pick throughout the week. Now, I do want to check out these savages on the scales, and let's see how they look. Do things change at all? There is Angel Pacheco with the shades on. I'll tell you something, though. Pacheco is coming game, ready, and shredded. His fight against Danny Silva on Contender was up a weight class. Now he's here at 135 in the bantamweight division. There's Loughran, who honestly looks like mini Brock Lesnar sometimes to me. Maybe not as much from this angle, but I sometimes see like a drunken midget version of Brock Lesnar as Loughran. I'm going with Loughran to win, as I've already said, but I got to bring up this face-off. Are you kidding me? Loughran confident pick. He's rocking the flat cap? Are you joking with me? This right here is the lock. This is it. Loughran is going to win this fight. Okay, his sense of style is tremendous, and I think that really does translate over to elite fighting skills. Flat cap, Loughran, dominant win. I see him beating Pacheco. You know, I had a little bit of love for Pacheco, thinking, man, it'd be cool to see him get a win and come into the UFC strong after a war on Contender. Loughran with the flat cap? Nah. I'm fully on Team Loughran. I've actually just became a hardcore fan of Loughran. Loughran for the W all day. One-sided fight. Minus 450 is the line. It should be minus 1,000 with Loughran with the flat cap. The flat caps, I never fade, okay? Minus 450 Loughran. Pacheco at plus 350 is the dog. And over 2.5 is plus 115. Loughran could potentially stop Pacheco, but Pacheco's a pretty damn durable guy. Went distance last time with Danny Silva. He's gotten rocked in other fights before, but has never gotten finished. I like Loughran on the scorecards. Decision for Loughran's at plus money. We're looking at what? Plus 250 for Loughran to get it done on the cards? I got to go Loughran to win it by a decision as the official pick. If he goes out and puts it on Pacheco and knocks him out, I'll be impressed. But Loughran should win this thing, and I'm high confidence now. I'm more confident in him post-weigh-in than I was before. Flat cap, put him as a high confidence pick for sure. Next fight on the card, we got Andre Petroski versus Jacob Malkoun. I'm picking Jacob Malkoun. I've been riding with him all week long. Andre Petroski is a menacing presence. He's very jacked. He does have decent enough jiu-jitsu, but like Malkoun coaches Rob Whittaker in grappling. He's got really solid wrestling. He put Brendan Allen on his back when they fought. I thought arguably he could have won that fight too, and look how great Brendan Allen's doing. I think Petroski's outmatched here. If it turns into a striking match, Jacob Malkoun is 3-0 as a pro boxer, and I've never felt like Petroski has technical hands. He has power, and he's strong, and he throws really hard, but he's not a good boxer. And Jacob Malkoun, maybe he's not world class. Sure, he's fought in, 3 guys that are pretty mid in pro boxing. There's still 3 wins. He still fought in straight hands fighting. And I like Jacob Malkoun to get a W in this one. I think he's superior in the grappling too. But talking about striking, especially. Let's look at them on the scales. Let's check these savages out. There is Malkoun. He looks chilling, man. He's got that really fucking straight hairline down, man. They edged him up nicely before this shit. And then we got Petroski. He's got a cool haircut for this fight. He looks shredded and jacked. Definitely, if the fight game isn't working out, bro, pump him with some anabolics, and I think he could potentially get an IFBB Pro card. Holy shit. Let's look at these guys side to side. Let's check them out side to side. All right. Haircut on the side of Petroski is weird. Are those like worms in his hair? What is that? I don't understand. Are those maggots? Is that supposed to say something? I cannot decipher it. If you know in the comments, please let me know what this means. If not, I just think it's a horrible haircut. Jacob Malkoun for the win. The haircut alone would have sold me. I know the physique is menacing of Petroski, but Malkoun is the better wrestler of the two, and I think he's going to be better on the ground as well. I think Petroski's getting beaten here. I think he might get knocked out if he's caught striking. I know Malkoun's not a great finisher, though, so I'm going to pick Malkoun by decision officially, but it wouldn't blow my mind if Petroski actually got stung up on the feet a bit. Petroski's a plus 195 dog. I think people are high on him just because he's dog money. And then Malkoun minus 230. I got Malkoun. Over is minus 170. I mean, probably. Malkoun by KO is plus 400. Malkoun decision plus 120. Way more likely Malkoun wins a decision. But, I mean, he could touch him with hands. Can you imagine Malkoun subs him up? That'd be insane. Petroski's going to be a hard guy to tap out. But he has been submitted before, and he's also been TKO'd before. So I think Malkoun's got a live shot. He's never won a fight by sub, even though he's a good grappler. Positional control is what you normally get with Malkoun. And I'll expect a decision win here in this fight for him. I'm pretty confident that he's getting this thing done. Next fight on the card, we have Melissa Gatto versus Victoria Dudakova. I'm picking Victoria Dudakova. I think that she wins this fight. I think she's actually going to look really solid here at 125 pounds, better than she looked missing weight at 115. Let's just look at the scales straight out the gate and see these ladies. There's Melissa Gatto. I mean, it's a little blurry, but she's shredded up. And then there's Dudakova. I mean, she looks filled. She looks full. Her muscles look good. I mean, I personally think she doesn't look like a women's strawweight. Like when she was side by side, we'll see in a second here, with Gatto, you're going to see like she doesn't look smaller. There doesn't seem to be much of a size difference. I think even you could say Dudakova's got a little more size in her shoulders and back. I don't think Gatto has the option of takedowns here, and I think Dudakova is definitely the better striker. Dudakova's going to get this thing done. She's going to win the fight. She's a developing prospect, too. She's in her early 20s. I think Dudakova moves to 9-0. Gatto's the favorite at minus 142. I think Dudakova's a quality underdog. Plus 122 for the dog. I'm going dog-sided, dog money. Dudakova to win by a decision is plus 200. Dudakova by knockout plus 1,400. Are you shitting me? Plus 1,400? She's got KOs, though. How many KO wins we got for Dudakova? We got 2 KO wins. It's happened. 4 subs, though. She's got good jits, man. Like, I just don't see Gatto beating her anywhere. We're going Dudakova for the win. I feel pretty solid about it, especially at dog money. I think the money line is the A-tier attack for her here. Submission for her, plus 750. Wow, inside distance for Dudakova is plus 550. I know Gatto's been hard to stop, but crazy shit happens. Granted, I think Dudakova by decision makes way more sense. So you're probably better off just money lining it instead of like, chasing massive plus money. If I can get plus, I might as well just go straight down the line. Money line, Dudakova, underdog pick here in this fight. I got her beating Melissa Gatto and looking way better than she did against Frey in her debut. Upper weight class, it's going to be a good decision. She's going to fill out nicely here at 125. Next fight is a rematch. We got Ibo Aslan, Anton Turkalj 2. I'm picking Ibo Aslan to win, even though I think he's a flawed fighter. He's a bit of a brawler that's hittable and also, kind of gasses a bit. That's why he lost to Turkalj last time, because he put hell on him, and then he fatigued and got subbed. Turkalj's 0-3 in the UFC. I mean, 2 of those guys are like elite Brazilian savages, like Petrino, who's now fighting a ranked contender who beat him, and then Jailton Almeida, who's, a top-tier heavyweight. Regardless of how shit he looked against Curtis Blades, he's still a top-tier heavyweight. Also, last time, Turkalj was folded in like a minute and a half, 2 minutes against Tyson Pedro, who's now transitioned to straight boxing. I think Ibo Aslan's going to knock him out. We've seen Turkalj take some damage since that Aslan fight as well, and their last time, Aslan almost got him, and he gassed. This time, I think he fights a little smarter. He can get the win. But I promise you, somebody's chinning Ibo Aslan. I know that he has the menacing look. And I know it seems like Ibo Aslan might be the next great fucking light heavyweight. He's got a look of that, right? The reality is he's flawed. There is Turkalj. He looks skinny fat. Such an underwhelming physique. Then we got Ibo Aslan. I guess maybe the lighting sucks because he doesn't look that cut up either. He looks like he's, fit, though. He looks fit. Let's pull up the face-off here between these two. The face-off will tell all as they've rehydrated up. They filled in. And let's see what we're looking at. Ibo Aslan, yeah, I forgot he had the flag on him. But is what it is. Ibo Aslan's going to get him, bro. Ibo Aslan's going to get him. The beard alone. Turkalj's not going 2-0 on Ibo Aslan. I'm going with Ibo to win this time out. And I think he stops Turkalj. Ibo's a close money favorite, minus 124 in the rematch, plus 104 for Turkalj. Over 1.5 is plus 120. What if we get like a calculated Ibo Aslan? Let's see. Ibo Aslan has 11 first-round knockouts and then 1 third-round knockout and then a second-round loss to Turkalj. Not likely we go into the later stages with the way Aslan normally fights, and Turkalj also, I don't want to say his questionable durability, but if you crack him clean, you can put him out. And I think Ibo Aslan does just that. They fought before. Ibo knows what mistakes not to make this time, and I got Ibo for the win. So minus 124 money line. Aslan by KO is at plus 105, but the money line is solid at minus 124. I do think he wins this fight. I think he beats Turkalj in the second time out. Next fight on the card, we got Connor Matthews and Dennis Buzukja. I've been riding with the side of Dennis Buzukja. I almost said Connor Matthews. I didn't jinx myself. I knocked on wood 3 times, okay? The luck is back in my favor. Yeah, I'm going with Buzukja. I think Buzukja can win a competitive decision. Connor Matthews got good jiu-jitsu. He's got a lot of wins by submission. I don't know. I think he's okay on the feet. I think Buzukja should be fine on the ground. I guess I'm also taking into high regard that he trains with Sarah Longo. That in itself should be a major aspect in the grappling defenses. There's so many good grapplers there. I think Buzukja can win a gritty decision. I mean, 3 fights ago, Connor Matthews got worked by Francis Marshall, who I don't think is all that great. And then he beat Farias on Contender, but I think Farias has like a inflated 10-0 record. And he was hype. And we all made the mistake of falling into the hype because Matthews was the dog. But regardless, I still think that Buzukja wins. There's Matthews with the Massachusetts tattoo. And there's the front double bicep flex. Dennis Buzukja looking absolutely shredded as well. Both guys are in great shape for this fight. Got to respect the young dudes putting it on the line. I'm picking the UFC veteran, even though it's been all L's for Buzukja in his 2 UFC fights. And Jamall Emmers knocked him out in like less than a minute. I think that he can beat Connor Matthews this time. I don't think we judge him from his worst performance. Dennis Buzukja for the win. I think he's pulling this one off. Should be a competitive fight. I think it's a fight that he should win. Minus 116 Buzukja. Connor Matthews minus 104. So near even money here. It's a very close fight. I do think Buzukja grits it out. Over 2.5 is minus 165. Buzukja by decision plus 200. Matthews by sub is plus 525. That's kind of crazy. As many sub wins as we got from Matthews. How many times we got a sub loss for Buzukja as of recent? Never subbed. Never subbed. I'm going Buzukja on the scorecards. He should be able to defend the takedowns. He's a little scrappier on the feet, a little more wild, but I think in a good way here. Connor Matthews, I feel like gets stuck in the pocket a bit and doesn't have the quickest recoil on his punches. I just see shots getting through. And I think Buzukja out-significant strikes him, out-scrambles him, and beats him on the judges' scorecards. Buzukja for the win. Next fight on the card, we have Julio Arce versus Herbert Burns. This one was supposed to be a simple pick right down the center. And then Julio Arce decided to fuck everything up, miss weight, and look like he doesn't even want to be there. So we really got to analyze this one a little more in depth just based upon what we saw at weigh-in. So first you will see Herbert Burns looks in extremely good shape. Shredded, ready to go. Arce with a smile, but a 0 out of 10 physique. I mean, he looks soft. He's moving up from 135 and he's missing weight. Is he not training? I don't understand. I realized I just didn't have myself shrunken down. Hold on. Look at him again. Is he not training? Well, what the fuck? This doesn't make sense to me. And then we're going to look at the face-off, and then I got more in-depth analysis that I noticed. So first things first, okay? Herbert Burns has a good glow about him. He's also the more physically fit guy. He's slightly larger. He's the better grappler between the two. It's just he has some fragility. He's breakable. Julio Arce looks so tired and not confident walking up to the scale. And I swear to you, I was looking at his coach. I believe it was Tiger Shulman. And he didn't look good. He didn't look confident. Like, in his eyes, it was fear. I think Arce might be fighting injured. I think Arce might be coming in less than 100%. He's taking on Herbert Burns because Burns is supposed to be a guy that breaks. But Herbert Burns is deadly in round number 1. Let's look at these lines real quick, okay? Because Herbert Burns is a plus 295 underdog. The line is actually coming down. It was as big as plus 400, but people are betting the side of Burns because Arce has looked horrible. Minus 370 for Arce. You know, every time I've pick flipped, I've taken a loss. And Julio Arce, before these weigh-ins, was a confident pick for me. But I don't like how he looked. As a former bantamweight, coming up to 45, missing weight, and looking less muscular than before, it's not a good sign against an A-tier grappler. I told myself before the show what I was going to do, and I was going to pick flip to Herbert Burns. I'm ready to pick flip it and take it on the chin if it fucking kills me. It is what it is. Now, Herbert Burns is a huge underdog, right? Looking at it like this, Burns to win in round 1 plus 600, Burns in round 2 plus 1800. I think he probably wins in the first round. Another thing that I want to mention is Herbert Burns is going to look very good in the first round, most likely. If he doesn't get the finish in the first round, here's what you're going to do. You're going to then bet the flip side of Julio Arce heading into the second round, and he'll be at plus, or at least near even money. He's not going to be a minus 370 favorite. I'm going to pick Herbert Burns on a pick flip, but I initially picked Arce. So the tape told me Arce. The emotions and the visualization of how they looked on the weigh-ins is telling me Burns is going to win. So take that with a grain of salt. Okay, it's the weigh-in recap show. So the weigh-ins take a heavy part here. I think Burns by first round sub is live. And then when you think more about Burns' losses, you ask yourself this question. Ask yourself this, okay? And you can answer in the comments. Does Julio Arce beat Daniel Pineda? No. Does Julio Arce beat Bill Algeo? No. Okay. Does Herbert Burns beat Andre Ewell? For sure. Does Herbert Burns beat Willie Cat Daniel Santos? Quite possibly, even though I like Willie Cat a lot. Different size, different weight class. I'm thinking about Arce, and I'm like, man, the Hakeem Dawodu split decision has aged well, but that was over 4 years ago. The pick flip might be a stupid decision. I've jinxed the pick. So maybe this is better for you guys that have Julio Arce as one of your staple parlay pieces, because I just pick flip to Burns from a confident pick earlier in the week, which might be stupid. I guess we'll find out. You might be locked in. You might be locked in. Or, for once in a while, do I have the vision right? We shall find out. Give me Burns for the upset in this one. I'm flipping the fucking pick. And if I'm wrong, you know what? Go back to the Sunday show and trust that guy. Me right now, maybe I'm too emotional or something. Next fight on the card, we got Virna Jandiroba versus Lupita Godinez. I've been picking the side of Lupe. I believe she can stop the grappling of Jandiroba, the grappling of Virna Jandiroba. And I think that Lupe touches her up with the hands. I'm picking Lupe. I think she wins. Yeah, that's it. We're going to the next fight. No, I'm gonna analyze the damn scales. Let's see. Lupe Godinez, front double bicep flex. She looks solid. She looked good. Virna Jandiroba, I just realized I forgot to mention that Arce missed weight worse on his second attempt. It is what it is. Raul Rosas looks good. Raul Rosas looks ready. And let's check out the face-off between these two. Let's see. Let's see what we're looking at. All right, let me bring it up a little faster for fuck's sake. Boom. Okay, it's kind of terrible. I'm picking Lupe. Nothing about the scales is changing much. I don't think that Lupe's losing to Raul. I think Lupe by decision. That's going to be my official pick. Lupe on the scorecard. Should be a little bit better in the striking. Can stifle the grappling. And I think Jandiroba does her best work against strikers. Against girls that can also grapple, that's where she takes L's, especially when they strike a little bit. Minus 210 for Lupe, plus 180 for Jandiroba. I like Lupe straight down the center. And then minus 300 for an over 2.5. And then Lupe by decision is, what? Minus 120? That sucks. But I am picking her by decision. Lupe Godinez for the W in this women's fight. Let's keep running up. Next fight on the card is our featured prelim of the night. It's Nate Landwehr versus Jamall Emmers. I am picking the side. Nate Landwehr. I've been picking him all week. I think he can put good pressure on Jamall Emmers. The underdog side kind of surprised me for Nate. I think he can close the gap on him. I mean, he just fought Dan Ige. Last time out, Emmers beat Buzukja. There's Emmers. He looks in real good shape, though. I mean, respect where it's due. Nate the Train also looks absolutely jacked. I like Nate the Train, man. How the fuck are we not picking Nate the Train, bro? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I hate seeing this golfing ad in the side. What the fuck? All right, I'm hiding that ad. Fucking piece of shit. Fuck. Boom. 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 Nate the Train looks ready to rock. I think he's going to make it a dirty fight. Beating David Onama is something that even gives me confidence in Nate Landwehr, because Onama can box and he hits really fucking hard. Jamall Emmers is good at point fighting from the outside, but he's not overly impressive. 2 fights ago, Jack Jenkins beat him. Oh, it's controversial. All right, well, it's still a close decision. And I think Landwehr is better than that. So we're going with Nate Landwehr to get the win. I think he's beaten the side of Jamall Emmers. He's a dog at plus 145. This is not an emotional dog like fucking Herbert Burns, who could be a disaster. We'll find out. This is a dog pick that I picked on Sunday. This is a pick that I've been doing all week, that I felt good about all week. Over is minus 155. And then Landwehr by a decision plus 385. Just straight underdog Landwehr is the most sensible call to me. Landwehr for the dub. Let's go. Nate Landwehr to win. I love it. I'm picking him. He's snapping that loss. He's bouncing back after the Ige fight. Jamall Emmers not going to keep him off of him. Guys, let's jump to our main card opener. If you haven't yet, make sure you smash the likes. If you're new to the channel, subscribe it up. We got Chidi Bang Bang and Njokuani versus Rhys McKee. I am picking Chidi Bang Bang and Njokuani, who came into this fight at 170, and we were a little scared because he's not a short guy at 6'3" for even 185 pounds, and now he's cutting an extra 15. He's taking on Rhys McKee, though, who I just don't think is good. I think Njokuani's better everywhere than Rhys McKee. So I don't think McKee's a quality dog because I don't see the skill set that people are backing with. There's Rhys McKee on the other side. And there's Chidi, who looks in great shape, and he don't even look that dehydrated. He may wait on point without much issue. I don't know. I like it. I think Chidi Bang Bang's ready to go, and he looked excited, hyped up, fueled at the damn face-offs. You can see there, he went face-to-face. They were excited, talking a little shit, respectable shit. I think Chidi and Njokuani is going to knock Rhys McKee out in the first round. My confidence in Chidi has jumped a lot here. Earlier on in the week, the reason there was less confidence, it was concerns about the weight cut. But seeing Njokuani not only hit 171, no, he hit 170. He made championship weight. Njokuani's going to win this fight. Minus 142 for Njokuani, and then knockout win for Njokuani plus 100. I got Njokuani winning it. I think he probably gets the KO as well. I'm confident in Chidi Bang Bang. That's my guy. Chidi's my guy. Seeing him on weight, on point, and ready to rock, let's fucking go. Chidi's snapping the losing streak. Fuck this bullshit. He's taking out Rhys McKee, 100%. Next fight on the card, we got Bill Algeo versus Kyle Nelson. You know, I've been picking Kyle Nelson to win, but I don't know. I'm not as crazy about this fight specifically. As far as the confidence, I ain't going to lie to you. I'm thinking Kyle Nelson minds his P's and Q's fairly well and could end up outpointing and winning a hard-fought decision. Looking at the scales, okay, Kyle Nelson on point, in shape. There's that Canadian look. Then there's Algeo. He looks okay. He looks like Algeo normally does, man. He's a thin guy, decent abs on him. That's it. And let's look at these two face-to-face. It was a respectable face-to-face. Nelson's really not outmatched in the size department. I really think Kyle Nelson's going to pull off an upset here. But Bill Algeo just never has a menacing look. He's just skinny, man. I feel like another thing, too, with Nelson that I was thinking is the fact that he's more defensively sound and he picks decent shots. I think he could rock Algeo. I think he wins a hard-fought decision. I'm going with Nelson, man. You know what? Fuck the hesitancy that I started with, okay? I think Nelson's going to beat Bill Algeo. Fuck the lines. Fuck the fact that he's the dog getting misled by that. He's 100% in this fight. Plus 205 for Nelson. Algeo at minus 240. And over is minus 220. And then Nelson to win a decision is plus 350. I think Nelson's going to outpoint him. He's going to edge him by a bit. Just a tad. Just a tad. We're going with Kyle Nelson. We shall find out. But, hey, unbeaten in his last 3. The win over Padilla, who's got 3 inches longer reach than Algeo. Kyle Nelson's dealt with a guy that fights decent from the outside, and Nelson touched him. And I feel like Algeo's hittable as fuck. And I think Kyle Nelson can make him pay. I don't think he flatlines him, but I think he beats him by close decision. Hard fight. We're going with Nelson. Next fight on the card, we got Nursultan Ruziboev versus Sadriquis Dumas. I've been picking Ruziboev all week. I know there's some love on Dumas, though, as a dog. Now, 8% of the people on Tapology are picking him, so the picks gurus are on point here. But I've seen the betting side, bro. I scroll through MMA Twitter, regardless of not really posting on there, and sometimes I'm seeing these bets. I'm like, Dumas is getting all this love? Ruziboev has been fucking disrespected since his debut. They said, no, man, he's going to lose to Bruno Ferreira. He destroyed him, and I picked him. Ruziboev is my type of fighter. He's got an OEV, the last 3 letters. Are you fucking kidding me? Lock. Ruziboev is a lock. He's going to win this fight. I think he's probably going to submit Dumas. I also think he could knock him out on the feet or just outwork him for 3 rounds. Ruziboev has a ton of experience. Oh, he's a can crusher. Okay. And Sadriquis Dumas beat Cody Brundage. Abu Azaitar. Are those not cans? This Sadriquis Dumas looks in shape, ready to go. I don't think he's a horrible fighter. So I don't think Dumas is that bad. I just think Ruziboev's pretty solid, man. And he's got a fuckload of pro experience. And I got to favor the fuckload of pro experience. I got to favor the OEV over pretty much everybody, okay? And Ruziboev is taller. Now, I was corrected. The reach of Ruziboev is a little bit shorter. But he's a pretty narrow guy. I don't think that's a big factor. There's the face-off. I'm hype as fuck to see this fight. Ruziboev, let's go. Team Ruziboev all the way for me, guys. Let's fucking get it. I like Ruziboev a lot. I think he's going to be tricky to deal with for Sadriquis Dumas. Dumas also got subbed by Fremd. I think Ruziboev subs him. Minus 200, Ruziboev. Dumas plus 170. And then Ruziboev to win by a submission, official pick, plus 130. Ruziboev. I'm going with Ruziboev. I think he gets it done inside distance, but you ain't playing it at minus 210. What the fuck? Why is it wider than minus 200? That makes 0 sense. Listen, Ruziboev is taking out Sadriquis Dumas, bro. I respect the look of Dumas. You know, he's got the face tats. Looks like, honestly, kind of like a fucking rapper, to be honest. And the dude can fight, for real. But as far as taking out Nursultan Ruziboev, who beat Bruno Ferreira, and Ferreira beat Gregory Rodriguez, like, I'm highly regarding Ruziboev's game. 33-8-2. Oh, but no, he's got all cans that he's fought. Maybe he's fought some guys with subpar records, but do you see? 20-10, 15-2, 13-4, 12-12, 10-0. Okay, the 12-12 guy. 9-5, 6-0, right? 9-4 loss, 8-4, 14-3-1, and that was inflated. Azaitar's a can crusher. Nursultan Ruziboev is taking him out. Let's go, Ruziboev. Next fight on the card, our featured bout. We got Bruno Silva versus Chris Weidman. Listen, guys, let's just be honest. Moment of silence for Chris Weidman to start this off. You know the side it's going, and it's Bruno Silva viciously knocking out Chris Weidman. Unfortunately, this is how it goes, okay? This is the game. Chris Weidman knocked out Anderson Silva years ago, snapped his leg, became a great champion, and then later Weidman snaps his leg, and now a Brazilian savage is going to knock him out to end his career. Bruno Silva by knockout. Weidman looks so damn clunky on the feet. So damn clunky. Like, I'm curious who that is betting Weidman or backing him with some confidence thinks Weidman has looked good. And especially, just go to the last fight. But forget about even just the last fight if he broke his leg. Look at fights before that. He wasn't looking good. I mean, bro, he's close with Omari Akhmedov 3.5 years ago now. Weidman's almost 40. And he's taking on a primed Bruno Silva. And I think Bruno Silva's going to starch Chris Weidman. I'm going Bruno Silva by KO. And I don't think it's going to look pretty. I think we're going to have Weidman flat out looking at the lights saying, what the fuck? There's Bruno Silva. And then there's Chris Weidman. Looks like Weidman's still natty, too. I don't see a crazy physique shift, man. We thought maybe USADA's gone. Maybe Weidman reaches out to Vitor Belfort. But he looks like he's not on TRT. If we got TRT Weidman, I'm having a different conversation. Natty Weidman, no. Bruno Silva's going to fuck him up. Just look at the face-off here. Come on. I think Weidman's also got, like, knock knees at this point. He doesn't move the same. That's damage. That's the game. That's the fucking fight game. Bruno Silva by knockout. He's a big favorite. Minus 225. Weidman plus 190. Bruno Silva to win by KO is minus 145, and under 1.5 is plus 105. I think Bruno can knock him out in the first round. Weidman needs to land a takedown in the first 45 seconds, or he may be flat out. One shot is all it's going to take with Bruno. Chris Weidman at one point, okay, you're talking about prime Chris Weidman, he dusts Bruno Silva with ease, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about a nearly 40-year-old Weidman who snapped his shin. It's Bruno Silva, and it's a devastating KO, unfortunately. Next fight on the card, we got Vicente Luque versus Joaquin Buckley. You know, I've been picking Joaquin Buckley throughout the week. My brother, though, who honestly has some really fucking solid picks. If the dude would drop picks with me, I think you guys would probably love it. He picked Luque, though. And every time I shout out his pick, it's won every single time. I think that Buckley's going to win personally. I think he's athletic. He's got a bit of pop. But I just want to mention something. My brother's riding with the Luque side, and I do respect his takes on certain fights, specifically this one. I think Buckley's going to be a bit explosive, land some decent punches. Luque's absorbed a lot of damage. I'm losing confidence in Buckley by the minute. I ain't betting it. I ain't betting Buckley. Luque on the other side, maybe this is the most valuable bet of the fucking night. Maybe this should have been the pick flip, but for the sake of you guys betting Luque and the sake of my brother's pick, I don't even want to pick flip it. Jacked as fuck, though. Buckley looks sick. Holy shit. And there's Luque. He looks solid and ready to go. He looks like a fucking killer, though. Damn. My confidence in Buckley is 0, man. I can't pick flip it. I'm not pick flipping too. Fuck this. I'm not pick flipping it. But even the face, I'm worried, man. I'm worried about Buckley. He looks like he's a guy coming in to lose. Fuck. It's like I know what's going to happen. I'm not pick flipping. I can't double pick flip, man. That could lead me to 2 fat L's, and then I'll be pissed. I really think Vicente Luque's got a good chance to beat him now. Seeing the face-off, seeing how Luque looks. But Buckley's a southpaw will pop. I'm not going against my tape. I'm not going against myself here. Fuck this. All right? I'm not just listening to bullshit in my ear. I'm picking Buckley, but damn, my confidence is about 0. It's 51-50. It's 50-50, bro. I'd flip a coin and pick, you know what? Fuck this. Heads Luque, tails Buckley. Buckley. We're sticking with Buckley. We're sticking with Buckley. I'm not pick flipping. I'm going Buckley for the win. I think he's explosive. He's got a bit of pop in his hands. Okay, I think he closes distance all right. Southpaw. Jeff Neal was a southpaw. Luque's a little stiff in the center. He's taking a fuckload of damage. Give me Buckley for the win. The confidence in Buckley is skyrocketed because the coin flip was with me. So I'm picking Buckley off a damn coin flip. That's what I'm telling you. Minus 101. No, plus 101 for Buckley. Luque minus 120. I'm going Buckley. That's it. We're going Buckley. We're going Buckley. If you want to bet it, good fucking luck. I don't know. The coin would tell me to do it, but straight money line it then. I'll read off a knockout. Plus 255. Fuck that. No. Over 1.5 minus 165. Over 1.5 minus 165? Interesting. What's Luque by sub? Luque by sub is plus 475. How are they going to do that? Bro, how are you going to do Luque by sub all the way at nearly plus 500? Okay, I might be picking Buckley because the coin said so. But, like, let's look at Numansa, okay? Buckley has lost 0 fights by submission. Fair, right? But if you look, what grappling level? Duraev is a good grappler that he faced off with. I'm trying to see, is anybody else UFC level? He lost to Logan Storley, who doesn't finish anybody, but he's got good grappling. You know what? I see why I see why Luque by subs up a little high. But Luque's got good subs. The pick is Buckley. I'm moving on to the next damn fight. I'm not overthinking this anymore. Next fight, Buckley the pick. Main event of the evening. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you smash the likes. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Erin Blanchfield, I'm locking her. In Jersey, I'm locking Erin Blanchfield. How the fuck could I not? Are you kidding me? I think Blanchfield's going to land takedowns heading into the second round, controlling man on Fiorot and winning a hard-fought, I think probably 5-round decision, and what's going to be a good scrap. Fiorot's going to touch her from the outside in the early stages, and then I think Blanchfield is going to continue to pressure wrestle, and I think as the fight wears on, more success comes for Blanchfield takedown attempts. Let's check them out on the scales, though. Let's check them out on the scales. Let's check out Blanchfield scale as I pull up the wrong fucking screen here. There is Erin Blanchfield, looking good and ready to rock. There is Manon Fiorot, looking kind of scary. She looks a little scary, man. Blanchfield looks ready to kill, all right? We're going with Jersey, bro. I rep Jersey all the way through and through. Are you fucking kidding me? If you didn't see this week's Best of MMA Bets intro, then what the fuck are you doing? Of course I'm going Jersey. There's the face-off. Erin Blanchfield a bit shorter, but the takedowns will be there. I think that she exposes Fiorot's grappling. Blanchfield's going to get to the legs. Fiorot's going to be throwing kicks from the outside. I don't think she does enough damage. She doesn't hit hard enough to keep Blanchfield off her. Blanchfield's going to be stubborn as a fucking mule. She'll absorb some shots. She's going to keep coming forward, and she's going to win a gritty fight. Wrestling for the win for Blanchfield. The grappling for the win. The jiu-jitsu game for the win. Fiorot's a dog at plus 165. Blanchfield minus 190. It's a 50-50 fight. I mean, crazy. Only 22% of Tapology picking Fiorot, though. Interesting enough. But I see it as a 50-50 fight, but it's a lock for Blanchfield to win. When you say, bro, you said 50-50. What do you mean? Hold on. Both girls have very legitimate skill sets, and I could see the odds being a lot closer. Nonetheless, just because I said 50-50 don't mean Blanchfield's not going to hit. It is. I'm confident as fuck in Blanchfield. She's getting the W. Minus 190, Blanchfield for the win over Manon Fiorot, and then Blanchfield to win how? Submission is plus 200, and then decision is plus 240. Could she sub Fiorot? Absolutely. Will it definitely happen, or could Blanchfield win a gritty 5-round decision? That's definitely possible too. So the money line would be the lock side. Nearly 2-1 now. The line's gotten wider. Erin Blanchfield for the win. UFC Atlantic City. She beat Talia Santos last time. Talia Santos just got deleted from MMA history, essentially. But Talia Santos in the fight before lost a controversial split decision to Valentina Shevchenko. And then she loses to Blanchfield. In some parallel universe, Blanchfield's already got the strap. Manon Fiorot last time out, okay, she beat Thug Rose, but it was 3 rounds. She didn't do a ton of damage. Blanchfield's going to hunt her down. Sermonara, nah. You know what? It ain't a 50-50. It's 100% Erin Blanchfield for the win. Minus 190. Favorite line, I'm going with the 24-year-old. I believe in the hype. I believe in the skills. I'm repping Erin Blanchfield for the W in this fight, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. In Atlantic City, I think the fans going to be going crazy for her. But listen, guys, we're not done yet, okay? We got one more segment to sit and discuss. So without further ado, here it is, parlays. Let's talk some parlays. Let's talk some motherfucking parlays, bro. All right. Jacob Malkoun is going to win. And because Loughran had the flat cap, put these two together, this minus 120, you know what? It doesn't seem crazy. Dudakova plus 330. This is a prelim parlay. I think I sweep these fights. I think Aslan wins plus 678. I think I sweep these fucking fights. You don't want an underdog? You want Dudakova? Take her out. You're like, yo, bro, no, but I'm not feeling the side of Malkoun. Just want these two? Nah, I'm putting all 3. Plus 231 for that. A little early prelim look, okay? Now, heading up to the bigger fights on the card, you know, our normal prelim card, I think that Luque Godinez gets a win, and I think a women's main parlay with Blanchfield and Luque plus 123 has a solid chance of coming through. Nasultan Ruziboev plus 240. If you don't want the main event and you don't want Luque, you're like, bro, leave me out, okay? You just want the over, which I don't think you're crazy for. Ruziboev and the over in this Luque fight is actually something that I do like. I think there's a good chance that this one hits. Chidi Bang Bang should also win this fight, plus 239. Yeah, it is plus 239. Holy shit, it jumped a lot. Then if we go early in the night, let's say we add in the likes of Malkoun, plus 384, and then you like Loughran's flat cap, maybe you like Dudakova too, and then you go Aslan, we're sweeping this shit. Plus 2,541. Degenerate, but just, worth mentioning. Nate Landwehr, underdog. Chidi Njokuani. Over in the Luque fight. Boom, plus 478. This one's solid. Nasultan Ruziboev, plus 783. Erin Blanchfield at the top, plus 1252. Early in the night banger. You add in the likes of Malkoun, plus 1828. But you don't want him. You want underdog. Dudakova brings you big. Or you just go Loughran. Go with the flat cap, plus 1639. Okay, there's some decent little ways to mix and match it here. My confidence in Chidi Bang Bang has jumped a fuckload since the weigh-ins. I think the majority of you can probably tell my mentality on that fight has shifted. Like at first I was concerned about Bang Bang, but I think he's ready to bang. Ruziboev, Chidi Bang Bang, plus 166. I think that's a solid one too. The over in the Luque fight, let me just do this one to finish it out. Bam, plus 239, probably happening. Plus 239 for this. Good call. I'm closing it out with that. Guys, bet intelligently. Be cautious with your bets, with your parlays. But you know what? Sometimes you got to fucking grow a sack and be a savage. And you'll cash out big. Good luck to everybody betting. You know, do your own due diligence too, man. Don't just blindly tail. I appreciate everybody for tuning into the show. Big W to everybody watching. Smash the likes if you're new. Subscribe. Road to 30,000 subscribers. I'm excited as hell. I hope you guys enjoyed this weigh-in recap show. I enjoyed the hell out of it. It was a lot of fun. I think this is one of the most fun weigh-in recap shows ever, man. So keep your eyes locked in on the channel. Keep watching the vids. Daily content. You know where to find it. Right here on the MMA Experts channel. Much love, everybody. And I'll see you all tomorrow for the Fight Companion. Thank you, guys. Peace.